to wake them up and come here. Okay, so while waiting for your friends to come, probably we can start, yeah. Today we will discuss about design method. We will, so as I mentioned that the rest of half of the semester we will focus on the design method. What is method again? Look at this, like so long. Huh? The way we do things, the way we design. It means that we will do, we will full of hands-on exercise of dealing with things related to design. Yeah. And today, as the beginning of the design phase, is problem taking, and I will start it with your current studio assignment. So probably for you probably can have the brief of the studio assignment just to have like a brief look, because this is like our brief yesterday. So probably think can involve, like, because the student will design co-working space, which probably you're familiar with already. So they will discuss about the site, the users, the habit that people usually be in when they spend their time in the co-working space, what they need the most, probably, for instance, good seating, electric, something like that. Probably you can kind of like brainstorm to find, the idea of the ideal co-working space, and then you try to match it with the site, the constraint, and then find the problem. Yeah. And then deliver the statement of what kind of co-working space that you're gonna design. So, but before that, Mas, next tolong. I will ask you to do a warming up task, yeah, together. Open your book or a logbook or paper or something. We try to first. So nanti di timer ya Mas, 10 menit tolong. Kalau pas sudah selesai, pas mulai. This is a creative exercise, yeah, that challenge you to manipulate spaces to alter people's behavior. So the task is, let's say that you are an architect, okay, and you want to design space. It can be space like only a room, or probably architecture of the whole building. What? So the argument is people will act in certain ways in certain space, yeah, and encourage certain action or reaction through design of space. So I want you to think, if you need to design a space that make either people run or people walk very slowly, how will you design it? What will you put in the space? Okay, you can add the crazy ideas. It's not limited to the like what we see usually in everyday life, but you can offer a crazy idea. So this is like only a creativity exercise. So be crazy. Get it? You can choose. Either you want to make people run in your space and you force people to run, or walk very slowly. Do you need an example? Yes, really? Okay. For instance, have you seen like a giant glass China that connect two mountains? In that space, will be? They will walk very slowly because they are afraid of falling off the bridge or probably crack the bridge. And that is how the architect manipulate the action of the users. Now think of anything else. Now you get the sense, right? The idea. Okay, now use your brain. Come on, warm up, be crazy. We have 10 minutes for that, and then I will ask you to present the design. Okay? All right. Rame belum? Di pause dulu kali. Belum di record. Oh, udah. Udah. Bagus. Loh, no. To record. Pause, stop, pause. Okay. Let's go.
Di sini. I'm sorry to speak with Indonesia, yes. Jadi ide awalnya adalah, oh, begini guys. Nah, nggak kelihatan. Nah, yang pertama jalannya juga. Jadi ini sebenarnya jalannya sempit banget. Itu jadi muatnya cuma 2 orang gitu. 2 orang. Ada hewannya di sampingnya. Yang pertama, sini ada swans, asik. Terus tuh di sini ada turtles. Nah, ini kenapa pilih turtles? Sama-sama terinfluence untuk berjalannya pelan-pelan gitu. Nah, terus habis itu ada koalas juga. Nah, koalas ini juga dia jalannya pelan gitu kan. Terus habis itu kita bikin jalannya, jadi orang takut untuk jalan lebih cepat gitu. Terus jalannya yang berkelok-kelok, jadi nggak langsung lurus sehingga orang bisa cepat. Jadi harus pelan-pelan jalannya belok-belok. Terus habis itu saya bikin ada beberapa bench. Ya, apa namanya bench itu? Taman, bangun taman. Ini. Jadi orang nggak langsung jalan, jadi bisa duduk untuk menikmati swans ini kan. Terus tuh dibikin juga perbedaan ketinggian. Jadi dari saya higher altitude. Di sini agak dari sini awalnya masih rendah, terus itu naik, terus rendah lagi, terus naik lagi, rendah lagi. Jadi udah kelok kan, tapi naik turun makin jadi nggak boleh itu. Enggak, ide semuanya deh. Nah, sekian dari saya. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Galih.
Gali, ada komen nggak? Think the design works for you to work slowly because you see the turtle one and with the hilly thing. Gimana?
Apa sini saya nggak apa-apa.
Kalau aku kayaknya anak-anak nggak bisa deh, kayaknya anak-anak bakal ngejar nggak lari. Iya.
I think the children should be afraid of this one because of
Turtle.
because they confidence kan, jadi nggak ada pak. Ya, anaknya tuh pada takut jatuh gitu.
Oh, jadi ada perbedaan ketinggian
Iya,
dengan
Jadi
turtle-nya.
itu apa? Kandang-kandangnya tuh agak di bawah, nah si jalannya tuh agak di atas. Jadi kalaupun anak-anak pada lari kan, nah tapi kita nggak kasih pagar biar anak-anaknya takut juga.
Oh, okay. So that's the solution about the children problem. Anyone want to comment? Do you think the design worked for you at least? But anyway, Thank you Gali. Ya, tepuk tangan lagi, please. Ya, silakan Mas. Oh, saya utang kamu ini ya, souvenir kemarin ya. Oke. Mas siapa kamu? Mufli. Oke, kamu pakai. Dan show kan. Kamu bilang aku bikin mereka lari atau
Saya akan membuat ini untuk berjalan lama, work slowly. So I'm making kayak apa namanya? Ini tuh exhibition room. Jadi ini tuh kayak tapi super tiny, just only for one people doang. Makanya ini dibuatnya sangat sempit kayak gini. Terus main kok kayak tadi gali juga. Dan ini tuh isinya ruangan-ruangan ini tuh isinya painting semua. Jadi ya, jadi orang kan tuh kalau misalkan pasti ngeliat-ngeliat kan, pasti itu bakal lamain jalannya juga. Dan untuk menambah em, kesan, jadi terinspirasi juga sama kayak benteng Takeshi gitu. Jadi di dinding-dindingnya itu ada semacam kayak kayak ranjau, tapi yang jadi orang-orang harus di beberapa meter orang-orang harus kayak gini jongkok untuk melewatin ke itunya. Jadi kan makin lama ya. Di kanan kiri juga dikasih air. Kan orang-orang kalau misalkan jatuh kan agak takut ya, maksudnya kayak takut basah. Jadi orang-orang bakalan jalan pelan-pelan kayak gitu. Sama sama di atasnya kayak ada dikasih kayak cahaya alami. Udah gitu aja konsepnya.
please. Any comment? Do you think you will work slowly in that space? Hah? Dulu kamu belum. Adakah komen? Hah? Masih bisa lari.
Takut kejebur. Nah airnya tuh lumayan dah. Di sini itu apa kejebur karena di sini ada air dan ini benar setapak. Dan kedalaman airnya juga jauh. Jadi kalau misalkan itu orang kan agak was-was.
So I just want to kind of the similarity of the two designs were using the narrow space, yeah, to make people walk slowly. That might work, but I have another kind of like thinking. When you are like, let's say not an airport or a station, like a circulation building, a building that emphasizes circulation, and then for some reason the big aisle, the big corridor itu sedang ada construction for some space. Jadi kita agak gini kan. Terus if you know that the space is narrow and you walk slowly and you know people behind you is probably rushing, will you still walk slowly? Or that narrow space makes you feel like you want to walk faster because you know that you're blocking people's ways? Which one do you think? Like, I mean, can you comment on this? Like, so when is the corridor become the same size corridor, like for one or two person wide, become accelerating or slowing you? Tapi, apa kira
Biasanya kan kalau di tempat exhibition gitu itunya lebih luas karena kayak itu ngasih space buat orang-orang buat berhenti terus diam sebentar, oh ini ya gini gini ya. Tapi kalau misalkan jalannya itu semakin sempit, makin besar kemungkinan iya cepet ah jalan cepet ah gitu. Jadi mungkin makin kecil jalannya itu bukan bikin orang jalannya, tapi justru makin bikin orang anxious kayak orang nih gitu. Tapi kalau misalnya jalannya lebar, ada space ya udah berhenti bentar gitu.
Itu dia, makanya berarti kadang ada some cases wide corridor malah feeling like you don't have any reason to rush ya. Jadi I mean I just want to
painting that it's like a generic result for our design gitu. So like for instance, I want to make people walk slowly. Okay, so the recipe is make the corridor smaller, narrower. It will prove that it's not always the case. So you have to think of other, yeah. So it's not that easy to manipulate people's behavior. Okay, thank you so much. So I think we can start because it's already ini cara ngepinnya, remove pin and then start. Okay. Okay, so the this lecture is based on one book. Yeah, you will see the book later in the reference, but the idea is problem seeking is important. Problem seeking is somehow the root of your design. If the root is not healthy, it's not good, you know, the tree will not growing well. So that is the importance of design seeking. And as we probably discussed before, the problem seeking is one of the most difficult part in design. And this is actually never been taught in certain like classes, yeah. But then in PTA, apa namanya, persiapan tugas akhir, suddenly you have to do this by yourself, and then you have to make your own term of reference or brief for your own design for tugas akhir. Jadi this is very important, ya. Albert Einstein said that if I were given 1 hour to save the planet, I would spend 59 minutes defining the problem and 1 minute to resolve it. So it means the importance of understanding the problem is crucial in design. Next, Mas. So problem seeking, yeah, our problem investigation is called programming. Usually what we know is the normal programming, you know, defining what room we need, how big it is, right? And how is who is the user? So it comes with a like the requirement, for instance, the color, the height, and everything. But actually, programming starts from the very beginning when you get the function and the site of where your design will be, like in the current state, yeah. So programming the requirement of a purpose building is the architect's first task, often the most important. So because you were given the assignment brief yesterday, so this is like in a good term, yeah, for do the problem seeking. Next. So the edit. Okay, so basically, yeah, it's like actually, as we discussed, the process of design is not linear. So the problem seeking part become the core in the analysis part before you go to the synthesis part. But then because it's not linear, you might come back, although it means that you will need more time to resolve and to come with a design. Yeah, next. So programming is analysis. You remember analysis? The 3 ways of doing design: analysis, transformation, synthesis. You remember or not? Who remember? No one. Oh gosh. Okay, so tadi Melinda angguk-angguk. What is analysis? Do you remember?
Konvergen transformasi konvergen. Jadi makanya pertama itu yang enggak yang konvergen dulu. Ya kan konvergen dulu. Itu kayak masih random apa ya? Masih gimana Chan? Lupa Bu. Kayak masih belum spesifik gitu kayak masih selection of the ideas gitu kayak masih belum selection bahkan itu kayak masih ngumpulin dulu nge-collect all the ideas gitu terus ntar transformation itu mulai apa ya consider ininya limitationsnya jadi kayak nge-select setiap ideasnya itu baru nanti yang di divergent itu eh kayak kayak di finalisasinya gitu loh dari seleksi.
Anyone want to try? Masa nggak ada yang ingat? Kamu mau Gibran? What is try to review? That's logic. You don't need to kind of memorize, right? So you do it in this movie already.
I feel like analysis is like a detailed analysis is like a detailed examination of something that I'm trying to resolve. Maybe like partitioning a problem into tiny part that I can, yeah,
So that is
something like that.
analysis. Okay. So analysis. Your state of design stage, right? Is that right? Okay. So from the picture, probably you can see what. How can you explain probably the graphic of in the screen? Sultan mau? Hah? Kamu define itu kenapa gambarnya seperti itu? Kira-kira apa yang bisa ditangkap? Hah? Kayak apa?
Breakdown problem jadi masalah-masalah yang lebih detail gitu, cari solusinya masing-masing. Sedangkan kalau sintesis dari gambar kelihatannya berarti semua masalah itu dicari kesamaannya, kesesuaiannya antar masalah, cari solusi yang lebih general gitu.
Okay. Oh, yeah, let me remind you of what is analysis and synthesis ya. That is somehow correct ya. Jadi analisis itu you break things. Like ada satu site. Okay, co-working atau function, co-working space. Like a face, you drop it. Tiba-tiba dia shattered. Oh, ternyata ada kebutuhan ini. Oh, ada kenyamanan. Kenyamanan co-working space gimana? Option ada bean bag, use the carpet. Will it be comfortable enough? Or tempat duduk. Tempat duduknya with the backrest or not? With the armrest or not? There are like, add so many things to discuss, That is the analysis part. Kan? And then after that, after all the shattered face itu tadi, you choose which one that you want to deal with. Okay, I deal with this one, I deal with this one, this one, this one, that is the transformation. This, I can group this, I can group this. So I now have like 5 group of potential solution. And then after that, after you group it or probably put the other aside, and then you make another face. Vas bunga ya, membuat vas bunga itu kembali lagi itu adalah sintesis. Paham ya analoginya? And now we are in the stage of analysis, meaning membuka masalah. Belanja masalah, pernah dengar kata-kata belanja masalah? Nggak tahu ya. Jadi kalau ada istilahnya belanja masalah, jadi ngumpulin masalah gitu. Biasanya, are you familiar with the app Miro? I think you should start to look at it because all the anak tingkat 4, tingkat 3 itu selalu pakai itu, Miro. Because Miro help you to kind of make like a mind map. So usually when something, one way to convey the analysis is using a mind map. Yeah. So probably this, okay, user will do what? Comfortable-nya apa-apa, uncomfortable-nya pecah lagi apa-apa, itu baru tentang ininya. Juga kalian tentang issues. I wanna deal with traffic jam in Bandung, in the traffic jam. Apa kira-kira membuat traffic jam? Jalan rusak, apa? Kepadatan, parkir liar, ya, lampu merah kelamaan. Parkir liar misalnya, apa aja? Kafe nggak punya parkir, kosan nggak punya parkir, apa, ya kan? Jadi itu, nah dari semua isu itu nanti kalian tentunya tidak bisa deal with semua, ya kan? Nah baru kalian pilih, ada pengerucutan di bawahnya, yang akan dipakai yang ini, yang ini, yang ini. Jadilah isu. Kosan yang, and then the goal is to, when you can define the problem, you come with the formulation. So, kalau di TA tuh namanya visi misi ya. Like, so I want to design a boarding house that have enough space for cars so that I will not add traffic jam. Itu adalah misi kamu, ya kan? Nah, itu menjadi, itu adalah formulation of from the problem seeking. Paham? Paham ya? Karena you will do it. Make sure that you understand what I'm saying, because after this there is like a group assignment that you have to demonstrate this knowledge ya. Okay, next Mas. So steps-nya, establish goal ya. Goal meaning what do you want? It can be from the client, it can be from the brief, it can be from your discussion with your friend or your fellow architects. It can be from your ideas, ya. So, saya mau bikin apa? Itu terus state. Dan itu, ya. Nanti kita lihat detailnya. And then after you have this dream and then the requirement, you will list the fact. Fact ini bisa tentang site, bisa tentang pengguna, users, bisa tentang apapun. And then after that, you do the concept. So problem appears when the goal doesn't match with the fact. For instance, I want a building that can host 10,000 people, for instance. That is my goal. I want a space, a building that can host so many people. Okay. But then fact-nya, that is a dream, kan? Fact-nya ternyata lahanmu cuma 1 hektar atau lahanmu cuma 500 meter persegi, 500 meter persegi. Itu menjadi ada permasalahan. Ternyata hosting segini people akan bermasalah dengan lahan yang sangat kecil, ya nggak? Jadi masalah itu, problem itu datang ketika ada unmatched condition of the goal and the fact. Ya, my goal is to come to uni secepat-cepatnya dalam 5 menit. Faktanya saya nggak punya kendaraan, saya nggak punya mobil, saya nggak punya motor. Kaki saya lagi habis jatuh, jalan sakit. Itu problem, ya kan? Karena goal kamu 5 menit ini tidak akan tercapai dengan fact ini. Paham? Tapi kalau misalnya, okay, my goal is to come to uni in within 5 minutes. But then, no traffic, I have my car, no queue, apa? Ya udah, nggak problem dong. Ya nggak? Ada problem nggak kalau gitu? Nggak ada. No, we don't have any problem. So problem appears when there's no match between what you want to do or get with the fact that hinder you from achieving the goal, yeah? And how to solve it is the concept. Jadi konsep itu datang sebagai solution. Okay, so saya akhirnya akan lari atau saya nebeng temen karena dia naik motor gini. Nah, itu adalah konsep. In architecture, concept is more like a design solution to bridge the unmatched facts tadi sama goalnya. Terus ada needs, ya needs itu apa saja nanti kita lihat, and then state the problem adalah state. Jadi problemnya apa? Ingat, in this part, the problem that we seek is the design problem, not the common problem. You know what's the difference? Anyway, wake up dong, everyone. Yeah. Concentrate. What is design problem? What's the difference between design problem and design like a normal problem? For instance, kemacetan, banjir itu design problem bukan? Banjir itu design problem bukan? Hah? Siapa berpikir itu design problem? Banjir bandang di mana? That's my design problem. Is that a correct statement or not? Anyone want to give opinion? Come on. Anyone? Yes. Gimana Mbak? What do you think?
Kalau banjir desain problem bisa jadi desain problem kalau itu diselesaikan dengan desain. Misal kenapa tinggi level rumahnya, atau misalnya karena dia di Bandung yang cekungannya lebih bawah, dia harus dibuat kayak gimana supaya nggak kena banjir. Itu bisa jadi desain problem. Tapi kalau misalnya kayak banjir bandang terus itu dari pintu air yang bermasalah dan sebagainya, itu bukan desain problem. Jadi intinya yang bisa diselesaikan sama desain.
Oke, Mbak. Thank you. Rada masih ingat ya. Jadi betul, design problem is the problem that can be solved by design. Like the banjir bandang, can we solve it with design? Yeah, probably yes, but in the very big scale, like probably in the planning stage ya. Bukan arsitektur. Satu biji yang bisa menghentikan banjir bandang satu kota. Nggak ada ya. Nah, jadi that is the issue. That is the background issue. But then design problem itu sesuatu yang lebih mengerucut within the building. Apa contohnya kira-kira? Ada yang bisa mikir nggak? Design problem. Gimana, Mbak? Cobain.
Gara-gara sirkulasi atau kayak pencahayaannya kurang. Jadi kayak mungkin itu desain problem yang di awal. Jadi dia lebih ke salah menempatkan si pencahayaan sama sirkulasi udaranya, makanya bisa jadi ruangannya pengap gara-gara desain problem itu sendiri.
Oke. Tapi dalam small ya. Maksud saya untuk menjadi konsep, karena kalau kita bicara tentang circulation, you know, like no circulation, like in this room, itu that is a problem indeed, design problem, but that's small scale. If we want to come with a building, you need to come with the design problem that also like dealing with the whole building. For instance, design problem, if I say security as design problem, security, yeah. So probably I will deal with, for instance, if it's mixed use architecture, if it's mixed use building, it has shopping mall, farm ground, ya, the platform level. Platform itu yang bagian bawahnya yang biasanya lebih besar. And then tower is the small one, yeah. So we have shopping mall, but then we have, for instance, apartment on top of it, apartment tower. So the security problem, our design problem is how to make people from the mall cannot reach the top. It means you have to arrange how to design, how to place the lift. Because you cannot use the common lift, right? Orang belanja bawa troli tiba-tiba sampai di lantai 30. Keluar-keluar udah koridor orang, ya kan? So how to make this security itu sebagai design problem solutionnya as a system, ya kan? Sistem kemana masuknya? Apakah different lobby for different function? Like this is the function lobby for mall, this is the lobby for apartment, atau disatukan? But then ada yang namanya security control ya, access control. When you have to tap your card or probably someone akan menjaga itu satpam, itu adalah design problem. Can it be solved by design? Yes. Siapa ada yang tinggal di apartemen yang bawahnya mall? Adakah? Di Jakarta mungkin nggak harus di sini? Atau di mana? Nggak ada? Nggak ada ya, jadi nggak punya. Nanti kalau if you come to Jakarta, we can find so many, shopping mall with residential tower ya. Coba perhatikan gimana sih mereka. Kenapa ketika you go to the live in the mall, you can only see sampai level 6 misalnya. Where's the rest of the tower? Which live? Gimana? Kamu bisa temuin nggak? Kalau nggak, di mana dia sembunyiin sama arsitek? Coba ya, dipikir. Because that is one problem, for instance, ya, as a design problem. Do you get what I'm saying here ya? Okay. Okay, next. Jadi goals adalah what the client wants to achieve and why can be also from the brief kayak term of reference of the assignment ya. Facts, what do we know? What is given? Apa yang kita tahu kita kumpulkan. Concept, how the client wants to achieve the goal. Need, how much money and space, the level of quality. Oh yeah, because this is the book from William Pena and siapa ya, namanya saya lupa. Dia memasukkan money and time as a constraint. So how much money do you have, or probably how much time do you have untuk desain, karena itu akan mempengaruhi bagaimana kamu akan concepting ya. Problem, what are the significant condition affecting the design of the building? What are the general direction of the design should take next? Dan ada 5 ini akan di-cross dengan function, form, economy, and time ya. Next. So function itu ada people, activities, relationship, form ada site, environment, quality, economy ada initial budget, operating cost, life cycle cost, and time, past, present, future ya. Next, ini akan menjadi suatu table. Oh, belum. Next lagi, benar. Ya, the framework langsung aja. So there will be table ya, akan crossing atau it will be like a matrix to combine the function, form, economy, and time. And then yang tadi, apa tadi? Apa aja tadi? 5 itu? Hah? Facts, concept, needs, problem. Satunya? Yang pertama apa? Goals, ya. Itu dari 5 di situ. Next. Nah, ini ya. Contoh. Bukan contoh, tapi items that can be put in the table. So, mission, maximum numbers, because we deal with function ya. Berarti apa? Utility kalau dalam Vitruvian triumvirate ya. Maximum number, ada nggak individual identity, interaction and privacy, disandingkan dengan goal. Jadi goalnya idealnya seperti apa sih, gitu ya. And then form, goalsnya apa? Bias on site elements, environmental response, tujuannya apa? Oh, saya misalnya blending in with the nature. And then efficient land use, bagaimana ininya ya. Ini semua adalah things yang bisa membantu kalian membreakdown permasalahan design and function ya. Coba next. Ini goals, fact. Coba yang tadi. Coba yang facts belum, Mas. Sorry. Yang function, for instance, facts-nya statistical data, siapa yang akan menggunakan, demografinya, umurnya, kebiasaannya. Orang dengan people with children will have a different behavior with probably university student like you gitu ya. Jadi itu dilihat semuanya. Oke, next. Konsep ya. Konsep di sini mungkin tadi like a solution because this is still in the programming phase, so there will be no actual solution yet. But then you can do groupings, prioritizing, ya, sesuatu yang probably mirip transformation phase gitu. Terus cost, ya density ya semuanya ada di sini ya. Needs, area requirement. Jadi untuk requirement-nya apa saja, area-nya luasnya apa saja, akan digunakan analisis temporalnya bagaimana. Pagi digunakan apa, jam segini sampai jam segini, siang digunakan apa gitu ya. And then problem. Ya, and then you define. Jadi sebenarnya apa sih problemnya gitu. Unique and important performance required that will shape book design. Jadi you kind of like get the essence of apa yang jadi problem di situ. And design problem ya tentunya ya. Next. Jadi ini ada kind of apa ya? Kayak reminder ya that you need to be specific. Apa itu specific? The goal is clearly stated so that anyone can understand what will be done and who will do it. Measurable. The goal include the way to measure progress. Yeah. Attainable. Its goal is realistic and possible to complete within a set of time frame. Relevant. The goal aligned with value and long-term goals. Time bound. The goal is set within appropriate time frame. Yeah. Jadi this is kind of like a reminder you to be smart, which is that. Next. Okay, so any question related to this? It's after this. Task. About the tugas yang kemarin. Jadi this class will help you, force you to think and break down and do analysis of for your studio ya. Ada? Nggak ada? Nggak ada? Nggak ada. Oke ya, saya share tugasnya ya. Next. So I want you to form a group of 10 because there are so many things in the list ya. And tidak ingin memberatkan, jadi make a group of 10. But the group of 10 itu must be from the same side. Yeah. So in the same side usually kamu punya 30 kan? So there will be 3 groups, around 3 groups per side. Tapi nanti student yang not in the in our studio bisa jump into any groups ya. Okay? Okay. So take a look at your current design studio assignment. For the problem seeking exercise, analyze the given function, which is co-working space, and the site, which is ada 3, lake, hill, and woods in your studio assignment in a group. With the framework offered by Pena and Partial, the table tadi ya, make a metric that with the design determinant yang tadi, function, form, economy, and time, with the programming step, ada goal, fact, concept, needs, and problem. This process will help untangle the interconnected aspect of both and function, the functional and the site, and arrive at the most essential issues and design problem. Yeah. So at the end of the day, you need to say that, well, the main issues is this, and the design problem is this. Yeah. Paham? Paham kira-kira? Paham nggak? Come on. Weki, ini pada lihat HP apa lihat Zoom apa lihat apa nih? Layarnya di sini tolong ya. Siap, Mbak. Sorry, what was it? I can't. Heal. Nggak apa-apa. Pokoknya satu set dibagi 3 aja. Jadi kalau 34 berarti ada yang 11 and 12 ya. Berarti student yang tidak dalam grup bisa join yang tidak kepenuhan. Berarti kan heal teman ya. Yang masih 10 gitu. Ya, tapi ingat diajak discussion ya, karena dia akan sendiri pastinya, tidak involve di studio. Oke. Ada pertanyaan lagi? Paham kira-kira ya? Next. Make the table as shown in the example ya, and then try to fill the table. After listing all the aspects in the table, you try to analyze their interconnection to each other. Disentangle all the intertwined aspects to identify the most important design problem. Jadi kalau misalnya you list the goal is safety from sexual harassment part, for instance. But then fact-nya adalah it can be used until night, and there will be women and men student, female and male student mingle together. It become a problem, right? So you kind of like analyze cross table, yeah? Paham ya? The selected group will present the result of the discussion next week. But you have to submit it still online next week. And let me tell you that at the end of the semester, there will be final presentation, okay? And the final presentation will combine every task that we do here about the design method. So this one is problem seeking. So as part of the process in the final presentation, nanti you will discuss, oh, this is from the discussion, this is our problem seeking, this is our problem. And then probably move, nanti ada this is our concept to solve the problem. And move lagi nanti ada this is our proposed solution. Nah, itu nanti akan dipresentasikan di akhir. Paham ya? Jadi dokumen-dokumen ini tolong jangan sampai hilang. Karena ini akan digunakan untuk bahan to make a final presentation. Nggak sulit kan final presentation-nya? Karena you do it like step by step. Jadi kalau perlu, after you done with this, you kind of like make PPT gitu ya. Untuk satu part selesai, jadi nggak ditumpuk di akhir nanti. You don't like put at the end of the near the due time. Paham? Paham ya? Oke. Tapi itu bukan UAS-nya ya, itu presentation ininya. Nanti ada UAS. Kalau sudah tidak ada pertanyaan, no question, I will continue to share the final assignment. That is individual. Ya, next. Okay, this is the reference. Okay, next. So you still have 6 weeks until the final test, right? Now, I want you to look at the 6 weeks, but only 4 weeks ya. Nanti kita akan ini. You make a design diary, reflective design diary, based on your current studio process. Yeah. For students who don't involve in studio, you can use any subject, as long as it's a reflective diary. So you kind of like discussing with yourself. Sudah dapat bahan kan reflective reflection in action? You know reflection in action? Do you remember? I think I delivered the class ya about that. So this is actually a design diary for your reflection in action. So make a design diary of your current design studio process, record every process you do and reflect on it. Remember, this is a reflective diary, not a report. So I don't want you to put like, okay, today I do this, and that's it. Instead of saying, like listing your activities on the studio, I want you to discuss with yourself, okay, today is the problem seeking part, but then I find it difficult because I'm not, good enough. I get bored so easily, for instance. I hate reading the literature, for instance. So, or probably I feel like I'm good in it because I love make things, find a problem, for instance. So that kind of discussion that need to be there in the design diary. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't want to know your activity just listed like that. Like after today, I do the site plan, and then on the site plan after that, I decide this. No, that's not that. But then but I want you to like dig deeper on the problem. It will be good if you find your problem. For instance, ya kayak tadi, I don't enjoy this part, concepting part. I don't enjoy the party part because I can't work under pressure. I prefer, for instance, to work in the loose time frame so that my creativity can work better there, for instance. So you kind of identify your problem, your difficulty, and then probably find a solution for yourself. Yeah. And for you too, probably you can do the same. I don't enjoy this because I cannot relate, or probably, but then probably you have solution for that, like, or probably the assignment is too many, I don't have time, and then what, time management problem or something, and then just make a diary of your difficulties. Yeah, as long as it's reflective diary. Okay. Try to delve deeper into each of your processes. Pinpoint the difficulties you face in every stage and what caused those obstacles. Or if you do you have any design related subject or studios here? No, but you've done it before, right? In your country, so you can choose whether you wanted to the current or kind of like reflect on the past, how you do it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Pinpoint the difficulties you face in every stage and what caused the obstacles. Analyze yourself and your own process. Are there any of your traits that cause the difficulties? For instance, saya mengaku Bu, saya malas gitu. Atau enggak, saya cuma bisa functioning otak saya sampai jam 5 sore, setelahnya saya mau tidur gitu misalnya ya. That become a challenge, a difficulties for you. And then after knowing the problem, so what's your solution gitu? Or if you don't have any solution, ya just say, saya masih belum ada solusi nih. Ini masih kesulitan saya di studio, for instance. Yeah. Okay, so what would you do with them? Okay, try to come up with deeper reflection on your overall process. Yeah. Pinpoint the strengths and weaknesses you found in yourself during the process. What is your takeaway from the studio? How does these takeaways influence the idea of what architects you want to be in the future? Yeah. So nanti siapa tahu ada discussion. Back then, actually, I always make this as part of the assignment when I teach. Yeah. Back then, when I teach in Melbourne, I once teach in Melbourne University. And one student can go deeper, like find the reason why she doesn't like other design other than the square. She doesn't like curve. She doesn't like something yang kayak gitu. Jadi dia sukanya yang angle, clean cut. And then dia tuh akhirnya menggali kenapa ya? Why do I like certain form and I don't like the other? Karena ternyata dia tuh suka rapi. Dia suka yang neat, tidy. Dan dia bisa menggali, kenapa saya sangat neat dan tidy ya? Ternyata dia punya very strict parents that will yell at her. Kalau ada something messy dikit, dia akan dimarahin. Karena itu dia punya ketakutan untuk sesuatu yang messy. Dan dia melihat curve. is part of the messiness itself. Tapi itu akhirnya she understand herself better, you know. Bahkan dia mengerti bahwa as an architect I might not deal with curve because I have my personal problem. Tapi menurut saya itu hebat, dia bisa menemukan itu dalam penggalian dia di studio. So I want you to kind of like going deeper in that kind of level ya. Jadi kadang saya suka kenapanya harus jelas. Coba digali. Kalau emang kayak for me, for instance, the Melbourne University have a new building for design. Ada Melbourne School of Design ya. Everyone loves it. Everyone fans it, but I didn't really like it. Why? Because I know that everything in that building is expensive. Like for instance, the hand railing itu belok cuma buat sudut meja. Sudut mejanya tuh bener-bener fit dengan railing yang belok itu. Can you imagine the precision and how much money they put for only the railing? That functions well, kalau emang lurus juga functioning gitu. I'm bothered with that fact, and I was questioning myself why I'm so bothered with this over the top design. And it turns out that because probably I come from Indonesia, where this much money for one building probably can be used to build like 10 buildings for people, you know. Like I'm so bothered with that. And then I asked myself again, why kenapa saya kok mempermasalahkan itu ya? Mungkin saya tuh punya sisi sosial yang kuat ya. And that defined me. Now, even now, I'm dealing in architecture, I'm dealing with the issue of social and political instead of green building, instead of technology. Karena that is me. Ya kan? But my finding, mencari jati diri itu it's not easy. And for me, I kind of find it through my comment on architectural design gitu. So just try to find, you know, your own sense of liking or not liking, enjoying or not enjoying the process and also the architecture. Yeah. Okay. Next. So, as I mentioned, you still have 6 weeks left until the end of the semester. But I want you to only incorporate 4 weeks is enough. If you want to incorporate 6 weeks, it's okay. So, 4 weeks meaning probably start from this week, for instance, you kind of like said, okay, hari Senin, kemarin saya ngapain, apa kesulitan saya, Kamis, atau enggak ketika kamu di rumah juga bisa. This week, I'm dealing with finding precedent, finding options, and jadi bisa you do it like per weeks or per hari, and you can do whatever you want because this is your diary. Just pretend that this is your diary. You can do anything, and then you can do graphic doodles, highlighters, colors, up to you. Feel free to record your process ahead. Feel free to expand your reflection about your earlier process before entering the current stage. This is your diary. So the main part is the story that you wrote. It's really up to you, up to your creativity of how to convey your story. You can use sketches. You can use anything yang enak ya maksudnya. If you prefer typing, do the typing in Word atau mungkin Canva or apa. Atau kamu lebih pilih tangan karena lebih bebas doodle-nya, ya feel free, ya. Can use picture, graphic, table, photos to illustrate your story, but do not come only with a picture without any narrative. If you put picture, please kasih tahu ini picture tentang apa karena saya yang membacanya akan bingung nantinya. Ini apa yang mau diceritakan gitu ya. The most important is the reflection. The deeper the reflection, the better the impact would be. Don't confine yourself to the project and design related narrative. If needed, you can expand it to a story of other things that might influence you in your design choices and processes. Paham? Easy? Easy ya, cuma curhat. Just want you to curhat loh. Mana ada bahasa begini kan? Gak pikir, kamu cuma perlu discuss with yourself, think, discuss, think gitu ya. And even hasil akhirnya saya tidak batasi harus berapa kata, berapa lembar, terserah. Kalau yang dulu tuh bisa sampai 20 lembar karena dia bener-bener enjoying curhatnya itu bener-bener sampai curhat banget gitu ya. Kayak desain diary 2 tahun lalu. Dia mendapatkan dia tidak pernah nongol. He got the tutor that never come to the studio. He was like swearing, here's the worst tutor ever. I hate it. You know, like it's so funny. And yeah, I mean, I don't mind reading that. I will tell the tutor that I know who that is, but that become like but I just want you, to kind of like find the difficult, because for him, the difficulty is the tutor. Yeah, jadi he feel like all the creative ideas hindered by the selection of the tutor, and he regret it, and he hates it, and he la. So yeah, I mean, itu bisa seperti itu juga, ya. Oke, okay, next Mas. Nah, saya request at the end of the reflection, please give a reflection on this class too. Yeah. If you have anything that you like and dislike from this class, you can put it. Or you find it hard to follow and why, or any complaint about the lecture and the lecturers, because I will use it for development, for the evaluation of the class, yeah, and also the material. Okay, any question about the group discussion earlier that I mentioned, and also this? Gak ada? Jadi dicicil ya, ini jangan ditumpuk ya. Jadi harus dicicil. Kenapa why I give it now? Because you need to like do it step by step. Jangan di akhir, seminggu terakhir you memorize. Apa ya, week itu apa? Percuma saya kasih di ini ya. Karena remember the point is reflection in action. Meaning you reflect when you do it. When you still in the zone of doing it. Kalau kamu sedang nanti sudah menggambar finishing, terus kamu tiba-tiba membahas tentang problem seeking, feel-nya udah beda. Ingatan kamu udah, the memory is already like ini ya, the feeling, the anger, kayak tadi yang marah-marah tuh angernya udah hilang gitu. Malah anger itu yang mungkin ditumpahkan, anxious itu yang ditumpahkan gitu ya. Oke? Oke, next ada habis ya kalau nggak salah. Oh, ini formatnya. Tolong ditaruh di 4 paper ya. Portrait terserah kamu mau gimana ininya. Handwriting or digital writing is allowed but must be readable. Karena beberapa anak nulis terus nggak kebaca gitu ya. Saya sampai ini nulis apa gitu saking indahnya. No template, no minimum and maximum pages ya. Nanti the deadline is Tuesday 17 Desember. Jadi that will be our final week, I think, because the following week will be Christmas week and we don't have any class, I think. So I'm not really sure. I have to check, but kita deadline-nya di ini aja ya. Oke. Ini jam berapa? 8:30. Now we still have 30 minutes. Please, you can start doing the group assignment from a group of 10. Hari ini kita sudah discuss dulu initial discussion of apa yang harus di list, informasi apa, what's the missing information, probably discussing how you can complete all the required information. If in the table, for instance, there was the point of cost misalnya, and you don't have anything applied for the cost kan, leave it. Jadi mungkin ada yang akan lebih kosong dari yang lain. Kamu tidak perlu mengada-ada ya. Paham? Kalau emang tidak ada, tidak apply, tidak applicable, you can just leave it. But then I will compare between the groups siapa yang bisa memberi list paling banyak dan menganalisis itu paling dalam gitu ya. Dengan site yang sama tentunya. Oke? Oke? Ya udah silahkan. Tapi di sini ya, ngerjainnya maksudnya sampai jam 9 kalian ada di sini, jangan leave dulu. Oke? Ya udah. Oke, silahkan. Mungkin ketua kelasnya siapa? Kemarin siapa sih? Hah? Nggak masuk. Siapa dong yang mau mewakili? Anyone volunteer probably to organize? Atau per kelompok aja ya? Per kelompok site? Udah ada kemarin siapa? Grupnya? Kelompok site ada? Grupnya? Siapa? Yang Hill siapa kelompoknya? Nggak masuk? Ya udahlah, kamu bagi aja lah kalau nggak ada ketua-ketuanya. Ya, silahkan. Ayo bergerak. Mungkin ngumpul dulu yang per aduh, aduh, aduh. Yes.